This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. It's been a minute. I've missed you, Frank.
I've missed you, darling.
How's things, mate?
They're good. We're very good. We've got a great show coming up on Saturday, which I'm really looking forward to. Our magnificent show, Magnificent Seven show at Wembley Arena. It's looking really good. The fights are superb. It's going to be a great night. And then obviously we're off to Riyadh for the big one, the real big one, the rematch, the return. Tyson v Usyk. I can't wait for that.
Crazy end to the year indeed, and actually a really busy start to next year. Let's go straight into Magnificent Seven. At a time where there's been certain criticisms for British boxing, maybe not always living up to the expectation, you brought back the Magnificent Seven, and it certainly has lived up to it, the expectation. How important are they, and are you enjoying being able to roll them out? And I suppose you end up with these, all these fights that could fit on any broadcast.
I'm really pleased with it. It's always was a great concept, and the fact of the matter, it works. It gets out. It gets a lot of our fighters who are on the cusp of some massive opportunities in great fights. And if whoever comes through, they're going to move on to onto an even bigger stage. It's fabulous for the fans because they've got a great night of boxing. It's great for the TV viewers as well. Everything about it ticks the box. They're all really good quality and well-matched fights.
Obviously you've got Brad Pauls against Denzel Bentley, which is now what, for the number one position for the WBO. I mean, if someone had said that,
Denzel is number one, so he's risking that spot to Brad Pauls, and number one is the mandatory. So, it's a big fight with big consequences for the winner, and the winner of that will eventually get the shot for the BO title.
it's incredible, really, when you think about. I mean, you certainly look at Brad Pauls' journey and Denzel Bentley as well. I suppose it's proof that you trust the process and stick with the hard fights, and your opportunities will come. And Saturday night is precisely that.
Exactly, and the name of the game is to grab and grasp those opportunities and progress your career. Denzel's shown that he, at his best, he's in the top echelon. He was unlucky not to win a world title, and this is another opportunity for him. And then we got in February. Obviously, we got the big fight with Hamza against Adamez. So if he comes through, the winner of Brad and Denzel comes through, fights for a title, who knows? We might get an all-British affair, a unification. That's what I'd like to happen in an ideal world, and that's what we've been sort of working towards.
Away from that fight, what could steal the show for you on Saturday?
Well, I like the heavyweight fight. Soldakers against David Adelaide. That's a cracking little fight. English heavyweight title fight. That's a good one. Pierce O'Leary's in action. I want to see him back in, showing what he's all about. He's on the cusp of a big fight. Royston Barney-Smith, he's in with Navarrete, which is a good fight. Sean Noakes, Matthew Rennie. That's for the English title as well. Very competitive fight. I like that one. Alois, who's been a monster in with Lewis Oakford. That's a cracker of a fight. Lawrence Okoli, he's fighting the WBC silver heavyweight championship against Hassan Mohammed. That's really a great opportunity for him to show what he's all about at heavyweight and establish himself. Sam Noakes, what a cracker of a fight that is, him and Ryan Welsh. Ryan Welsh coming off a knockout. Sam's on a roll for the British Commonwealth and WBO Intercontinental International lightweight title. They're all really, really good quality fights, no doubt about that. Good, cracking fights.
Can we get Turki Al-Sheikh to make a full-on movie? Because what I saw for the Fury Usyk promo, I mean, it is absolutely incredible. I feel like we say this every single time now, but so good again.
We do say it, but let's get it right. That was the best one.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That was excellent. And that 5v5 one won a gold medal awards at one of the industry awards as well. I mean, they're all good quality. They're all massive quality. They're great for promoting the fights. But I think this last one is just something special.
How is Tyson? We're a couple of weeks away now. We had everything unfold on the media day. I know what revenge will mean for him. He says he's really geared up for it. I mean, what are you expecting? Have you spoke to him? How's camp going?
Well, camp's going well. He's working hard. He's had great sparring partners in there. It's all looking good. We're only a couple of weeks away now. So the hard work, there's still a bit of hard work being done, but the majority of that's been sorted out. And he's just looking forward to the fight. This is a massive, massive fight. This is, the first one was the biggest heavyweight fight of the 21st century, 4 belts on the line. It was a brilliant fight. It ticks all the boxes for the fans, for the spectators, close fight, fag paper in it. And they now have shared 12 rounds together, some ups and downs in the fight between them. They know each other's styles. What can they learn from that? They feel they know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Who can capitalize on that? We're going to find out on the 21st in Riyadh, because it's going to be something extra, extra special. This will be a great fight.
Ultimately, it doesn't really matter what me and you sit here and say about how Tyson should box or whatever, but it's weird because I think people almost expected him in the first fight to go in as a bigger man, and giving credit to him, we obviously know he's a master boxer. How much do you think he has to tweak this time round to get it right?
I don't think it's so much tweaking. I think it's what he knows what he done, what he did well, and what was effective. He's just got to keep on doing that. I just don't want to see him doing. I don't want to see him showboating or anything in this fight. He just get out and be focused, fully focused, not let his attention slip. And if he does that, I think he's capable of stopping Usyk.
Do you expect him to stop Oleksandr Usyk?
I felt he would stop him in the first fight. That was my prediction in the first fight. And the end of that 7th round, he wobbled back to that corner. He caught him a tremendous shot. I mean, everybody around me, and myself included, felt that he was going to do that in the next round. But it didn't turn out like that. And then a lot of people thought that, the end of the 9th round, after Tyson was in trouble against Usyk, that Usyk was going to finish the job, but he didn't. In fact, Tyson wound up winning the last round, back on top at the end of the last round.
Frank, did you end up catching the other domestic dust-up this weekend? Sonny Edwards, Galawia fight. What did you make of it? Obviously, Sonny Edwards in the corner, the viral moment that says, look, I don't even want to be here. I want to go home. What did you make watching it all unfold?
I didn't see it live. I watched a recording of it. And look, Sonny has been, or what, tremendous boxer. The art of punching and not being hit. He won the world title with me during COVID. He is. I mean, if you like the art of boxing, and as I just said, the art of hitting and not being hit, he was a great exponent of that. It seemed to me that maybe his legs are gone. He just wasn't there. And if you're not got a big punch, you can't hold people off. And if your legs are not, if your heart, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, saying your heart feels that you're not, you shouldn't be in there, then you ain't going to win a fight, are you? And for him, that's how it turned out. And I think I think he's very wise to call it a day now. And I'm sure he may in the 6 months' time, whatever it is, say I want to come back, I'll give it another go. He needs to really think about if he wants to do that or not. For me, he's made a wise decision in retiring now. He's been a very, very, very good boxer, but that was a telling moment in that 2nd round when he said that. And when somebody is saying that during a fight, you wonder whether he should be in the sport.
He spoke about how he's boxed for 20 years. It's all he's ever known. Obviously, I suppose we look at it, and obviously he is only 28. Can you almost, I don't want to say peak too soon as a boxer, but we see some fighters go into their 40s, and obviously some in Sonny's case that stop before they hit the 30. Does it all depend, like changing on the fighter?
You don't get many old fighters at the lighter weight.
Lighter weights, yeah.
Because they struggle to make the weight, or they go up in weight, whatever. That very rarely happens. Or if they go up in weight, then obviously that can help them a bit. But look, he's a I don't know if he makes the weight, if it's difficult for him to make the weight easy now or not, if he finds difficulty doing that. But whatever it is, when you're in the ring and that's the way you feel, you should. That's not that, listen to what your head's telling you. Your heart, you got to fight. All fighters have got fighters' hearts, but listen to what your head is telling you. There's a thing in boxing, it's an old adage, I've said it loads of times in interviews. Boxers are they're the first people to know that they're not the fighter they were, but they're the last people to admit it. And he admitted that in that 2nd round, and as a result of that, he should what he said, he should stick to how he feels. It's very difficult to come back from that when it'd be difficult for him. And he's a nice bloke. And as I say, he's done everything that's been asked of him. He's been doing it 20 years. And sometimes, it's like everyone. It comes to a time where that's the end. That's the end of the road. You move on to something else. Then maybe there'll be a different role for him in boxing. I hope there will be. Whatever he does do, I hope he's happy and he's got peace of mind.
February 22nd is the best card I've ever seen. Do you agree?
It's a fabulous show. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, you look at the fights on there, you look at the fighters that are on there, the matches that they're in. It's brilliant. I mean, it is a punter's dream. There's no doubt about that. It don't get no better than that. You've got the rematch at the top, 4 belts on the line. I mean, these guys are just had such a great fight last time out. It was technical, it was gutsy, it was a really, really good quality fight. And the rematch, I'm sure, is going to be everything as good. And then you look going down that card, every fight on there is a dream fight. I think Daniel, who's on a roll at the moment, who's very confident.
Another hard fight for him, by the way.
I was just going to say, he's in with it. He's not got another. When was the last time he had an easy job?
Precisely.
I mean, he had no easy jobs, and he's in with a winning fighter, a guy who's turned his career around. And Joe Parker's a former world champion. He's been there. He's got a lot of experience. So it's going to be a big challenge for Daniel. There's no doubt about that.
Probably one of the most informed fighters in the world right now, Joseph Parker. It's worth saying.
It's the two most informed. Two heavyweights are in form against each other. They're both in form. It's going to be exciting. It will be an exciting fight, Charlie. I promise you.
Your man Hamza gets a world title shot. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, there's not another 5 incredible fights on the card. Well,
look, he's worked hard and we've worked hard and we got him into the position where he's at, and it's now up to him to go and do the business in the ring. He's in with a very, very good fighter who's not a bad puncher, but we believe in Hamza. Hamza's got a great style. He can box. He's certainly a hurtful puncher. It's going to be a keenly fought fight, and I do believe he has the ability to win it.
Frank, it's good when even Carl Froch and Simon Jordan haven't complained.
Oh, see, now you give me indigestion. I was all feeling good, and
no, I'm saying they haven't complained.
Well, if they did complain, they want a good kick up the arse. Why would you complain about this show? You'd be a complete lunatic.
Out of curiosity, there was a little bit of talk about the Vladimir Klitschko fight and situation. What is he, 47, 48? It was, God, when did he fight AJ? 8 years ago. It would have been 8 years out of the ring. What were your conversations like? Eddie said that you guys sat down and had dinner with him. I mean, did it ever feel realistic?
No, we had dinner. It didn't come out we didn't sit down to discuss the fight out of sitting there. That's how it came out. But it's not happened, and it's the fight that we were all focusing on at the time was the AJ fight, but that's not happened, and it's an intriguing situation. You've had George Foreman, who came back after God knows how many years and won a world title.
Yeah.
One thing about Klitschko, he's in unbelievable shape. He's probably in the same shape he was when he fought as a boxer. He looks after himself, but I like him, but I personally don't like the idea of guys coming back and doing that. I've said that plenty of times.
Frank, Conor Benn's been cleared. Just your reaction?
Yeah, well, he's been cleared. He's got. I understand the board going to probably give him his license back, and then he can get on with his career. Some great fights. I mean, I hope he's on a 5v5 with Matchroom against our lot.
Eubank or Barrios, what one do you think is more likely? I know obviously it potentially doesn't directly involve you, but we imagine we'll see it on a Riyadh season card that you'll be involved with.
I don't know what I mean. The weight side, the weight and so forth is going to be the thing. Who knows? I mean, probably be Eubank. I'm sure they'll do that.
Did you watch the Tommy Fury versus Darren Till press conference, or have you caught up with any of it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, all right.
I heard about it, but I haven't seen it. No.
No. All right, I can't ask you for your opinion on that. All right, Frank, you're a legend. I suppose just lastly, I didn't manage to catch you up in Manchester. Wasn't to be for Jarrell Miller. Obviously, Derek Chisora now fights Otto Wallin. Excited? It's crazy. I remember Derek Chisora running about the Day of Reckoning card, and you guys weren't the best of friends. Now he's back fighting on Queensbury shows. I love this sport.
Well, it's what it is. You know, it's not the first time, is it? He's fought on a couple of our shows since then. And who'd ever thought that? I mean, I never thought he was going to beat Joe Joyce. I was saying a couple of years ago he should retire. But there he is. He's still there, and this is a big fight. It's a tough fight, by the way. He's going to have a tough
Walling's
fight.
a great fight, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight. He's only lost to 2 people, Walling. That was to a really good on the night AJ, and he lost to Tyson when Tyson had all those stitches in his eyes. So, you know, that's the level he's fought at. All the rest have been victories. And one thing about him, if he gets you in trouble, you're in trouble with him. He comes to fight, and I think it's going to be I don't know. I mean, that's a pick'em fight. It's a real pick'em fight. That one is.
Do you think it will be his last hurrah?
No, he wants to get to 50, but win 49.
All right, Frank, you're a legend. Thank you as always for your time. I appreciate it. Other than the fight week rollout, what have you got planned this week? Anything nice? I know you've usually got a couple of dinners or a show in there.
I've got Man United Arsenal this evening.
Of course.
See that. We've got a press conference tomorrow for the Wembley show. I've got the Wembley show this weekend.
Fantastic. You enjoy, my friend.
So we're fairly busy, mate.
Good man. All right, Frank, catch up with you soon. Hopefully back end of this week, and if not, out in Riyadh.
All right, my son, be good.
Legend, mate. You too.